I'm going to dive right into it because I know there's a lot of interest here and we have a limited amount of time. So I'll start with you, Corné, and it's no secret the U.S.-South Africa relationship is in a difficult spot, let's say, and highly uncertain. We had the meeting between President Ramaphosa, President Trump in the Oval Office. There were some fireworks there. There's been a little bit of silence, maybe is the word, ever since then. But can you tell us what has happened, what has gone wrong in your estimation, and what's the way forward if there is to be a better U.S.-South Africa relationship?
Yes, thank you, Josh. Thank you for the opportunity and to be here with my colleagues. It's a real pleasure, and thank you very much. We are here because we are serious about South Africa and the future. And obviously, we would like to see that South Africa becomes a winning country, a successful country with a winning nation. And in order to achieve that, we have to look at where we stand at the moment and how we got there. And unfortunately, the reality is that for 30 years, since 1994 until 2024, we had the ANC as the government in South Africa with certain policies. Since a year ago, we've got the government of national unity. Now, when I heard that the president of South Africa with the delegation was coming to the White House, my view was that that meeting would be premature because of the state of the relations between South Africa and the US. And I said it shouldn't be on the level of heads of state. It should be on a much lower level where we try to iron out all the differences. And if we can succeed in doing so, then the heads of state should meet. That didn't happen, and from my perspective, I think the meeting in the Oval Office was a diplomatic catastrophe, with all due respect. Now, part of the problem is that the ANC, as the government for 30 years, has positioned South Africa along with whom they perceive to be their friends, with the Soviet Union, with China, with Cuba, with Iran, you can name all of them. And it brought South Africa to a certain position where I think the country is in serious trouble. So the way to try and change this around, and from my perspective, is I think there's a leadership vacuum in South Africa. There's surely a policy vacuum also in South Africa. And we would like to see what can be done and what should be done to change things around to get South Africa to become a winning country again and a winning in the state and the nation as such. We've got certain ideas with regard to that. I would have loved to see the president, when he was here, to put those things on the table. It should include proposals with regard to a deal which South Africa should try to achieve to the best interest not only of the United States, but also with regard to what's in the best interest of South Africa. The role that South Africa can play in the rest of Africa. That didn't happen. We are not here to complain. That's not why we are here. But we need to put the facts on the table also in terms of what's happening in South Africa at the moment, that there should be no doubt. It's not a happy situation at all. So I believe it can be turned around, and we are committed, we are motivated, and I think if we put the facts on the table during this discussion today, I think it will become clear what we've got in mind, first of all, with regard to a deal, but secondly, also to deal with the realities of South Africa at the moment.
Yeah. Thank you.